Hello and welcome to the Roy Rogers News Channel. Thank you so much for watching. And for today's PokeMMO interview episode, I have a guest that I've been trying to get on my program for quite a few months. However, due to our drastically different time zones, it has been a little bit difficult for me to track down a good time for us to communicate. However, tonight is the night where I was able to communicate with the Oddno, or AFCAdinho. Would you like to say hello?
Yo, what's up guys, AFCAdinho here. I've been a Pokemon PvP content creator for a few years now, and yeah, I'm excited to be on Roy Rogers' channel.
Excellent. Alright, and I know that some people are probably going to correct me. I know Audino. I keep saying Audino like the pink Pokemon.
The Pokemon I know.
Oh man.
Yeah, it actually stands from Ronaldinho, and because my name is Adi, and yeah, I basically combined the names. Sometimes people think I'm Brazilian, and if you speak Portuguese to me, yeah, I can not speak or understand Portuguese.
Oh, yeah, no problem.
Yeah, Audino is certainly a thing I'm getting a lot.
Certainly. Yeah, no problem. Pretty soon you might be in some ruffling grass in Dreamyard or something like that. So.
I know a lot of people are searching for me to complete their Pokédex, so but I'm hiding.
Oh man. And without further ado, let's go and dive into the actual questions, shall we? It's a great time interacting with the Adino. I love interacting with him off camera. He's a great guy. So.
Hey, thank you, man.
Certainly. Yeah, so without further ado, let's go and dive into the question, shall we? So how long have you been playing PokeMMO, my friend?
I've been playing Pokemon for probably around 3 years.
Wow.
I actually don't remember. Yeah, I know that my first video playing this game kind of took off, and that was about 3 years last time I checked.
Certainly. So I guess we all know the answer to this because you're a pretty famous competitive guy, but just in case, what activity do you enjoy doing in game? Do you like the competitive scene? Do you like shiny hunting? What activity do you enjoy doing in game?
Yeah, so as most people probably know, I'm known as the best shiny hunter in the world. No, I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. Yeah, of course, I enjoy the player versus player interaction the most.
Certainly.
Just yeah, thinking your opponents.
Certainly, yeah. And speaking about that, it's really good to think like 1 or 2 or 3 steps ahead, depending on your opponent's prediction level. So it's really important to gauge that. Am I right on that?
Yeah, the thing is, I hate predicting in in PvP because it's going off what you think your opponent is going to do. But I'd rather play off what the possibilities are.
Right.
And find the mid-ground. So I basically have certain habits which I usually employ in every game, and sometimes it looks like I'm predicting, but I actually rarely predict.
Certainly. Now, I know that in one of Pat's live streams, I remember Petrosky said, AFCAdinho, there's one thing I got to say about him. Even though people have seen the Adino's team, people tend to be beaten by you. So how on earth are you able to stream your games while beating other people at the same time? Because people might know your abilities, your move sets, your items. How are you able to still win against those fights, even though the odds are stacked up against you?
Yeah, that still comes down to the habits. Obviously, if they see what I'm clicking, then winning is pretty much impossible. But yeah, if you weigh risk versus reward, and obviously value gained and loss, and make an informed decision based on all that information, then yeah, you usually get consistent results. And in the end, a good team can win even though your opponent knows the team.
Certainly. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, when did you aspire to start up an excellent PokeMMO PvP YouTube channel?
Yeah, that was that was probably 3 years ago. I discovered PokeMMO and yeah, got me excited to see such an active player base. And typically, when I play PvP, I don't encounter much toxicity after the game. Yeah, sometimes you get certain messages, but someone getting unlucky and then out of frustration. But rarely, rarely. I think overall the community is pretty positive and are really active.
Certainly. And I gotta insert a little piece of advice. So, if anyone is in a losing streak, please, please, please stay dignified. And if you can't stay dignified, please log off because it's not worth making enemies in game. It really is not. Like, someday you might be in the exact same team as the person that you just dueled against, and it's gonna be a pretty awkward interaction between you and that person. So, make sure that if you lose, make sure you lose with dignity. That's what I usually do. So there we go. I fought tearless council members. I fought a fair amount of other people during my heyday, but even though I lost, I still stayed dignified and I still said the custom GG, and I let my opponents curse me out, and at least I can be the good one. So there we go.
Yeah, and it is useless messaging your opponent anyway. Like it's not gonna change anything. Obviously, releasing your frustration. There's nothing wrong with that. But don't release it on your opponent.
Yes. My advice is seek out a therapist if you're angry, or you can get a punching bag and you could probably punch that. So there you go. I know some guys that do that, by the way. Some guys that are frustrated and they vent via punching a punching bag. So there we go.
So, are you going to link down a punching bag in the description to Amazon?
Oh no, no, I'm not affiliated, but hey, thank you for the idea, man. But I would like to ask, like, how do you research the type of maneuvers to play? Like, for example, a rocker. You put in the rocker here, and then after that, then you put the glass cannon over there, and then the tank over here. How are you able to research those certain maneuvers in your PvP match?
Obviously, everyone starts out somewhere. Like I started like more than a decade ago, watching other YouTubers. Like mostly when I started, it was mostly Wi-Fi, and then you look at the other players. I believe someone who I watched the first YouTuber I watched was named Killer Nacho or something, and he was playing on Wi-Fi and learning through that, and then yeah, PokeMMO, of course, a well-known name, and JamFed was a huge one for me as well.
Certainly.
And yeah, just seeing how they think about each play, and then you got to put in the practice yourself because in the end it's gonna be a lot of muscle memory and habits that you form over the course of the years.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. Let's go ahead and dive into the next question, shall we? So, what is your most memorable shiny? And my guess is the Gengar that you have there.
Oh, that's not the most memorable one, but it's actually a funny one because this one got gifted by a viewer of mine, and his in-game name is, you know, my in-game name, right? AFCAdinho.
Oh yeah.
His in-game name is the Udinho.
Huh?
Wait. Maybe or can I wait? Can I show it like this? If you click
Yeah.
on the
Yeah, I can right click it, yeah. Oh, interesting.
and some of the people might often think that's me, but that's not me.
Oh wow.
That's really funny.
Wow, you even took the time to put on the 2x31 there and make it timid.
Yeah.
That's wow. So my guess is that this looks like an Elite Four rerun Gengar. Is this used for PvP or is this used for like Elite Four reruns?
This one is indeed used for Elite Four reruns. It's actually I made a video on it recently. It's something I do on my phone as well when I'm watching Netflix with my girlfriend sometimes and doing reruns on my phone.
Oh wow.
Um, yeah, I've seen some interesting gym tactics as well that I want to explore. So I definitely a lot to look forward to.
Certainly. And in the money making video on the Roy Rogers News channel, I do plan to link the Dino's video in the description below. I just heard about this just now, so I appreciate your Elite Four tactic. I do plan to link that in the money making video that I made. So I'm going to link that
Oh,
video in the description.
yes. No, thank you very much, man.
Certainly. Yeah, just like how I linked Pat's fishing video. So there you go. He had a really good Magikarp. Really good Magikarp
Yeah.
I So there we go. So have you
By the
tried?
by the way, by the way, one of the most favorable ones was probably me killing a shiny Rhydon when I was EV training.
Oh, oh,
I was training attack, I believe, in Holland.
oh,
Yeah,
wow.
the moment I clicked Earthquake, I saw a shine.
Oh
That was the most
no.
memorable one.
Well, the good news is that the PokeMMO update recently had it to where it says, "Are you sure you want to use this move?" Actually, I encountered Shiny Rapidash about a year ago, and I remember I got that prompt. I was EV training for speed. I was like, "Oh, I got a Shiny Rapidash. Oh, that's great. Yeah." I was like so happy because usually my best friend's RNG is terrible, and I've not encountered a shiny since August of last year. So yeah, still hoping for a shiny. Hopium is real, folks. So, oh man,
That's great, man.
certainly. But like, man, I do have to ask, like this Oddno guy. How on earth did he think about? Oh, I'm the Oddno's #1 fan. I'm gonna make an Oddno account. Did you coordinate this with him, or was this something he came up with?
I certainly saw it because he donated me a few times before as well, in-game money. And yeah, I've never really spoken with the guy. Probably on stream though. Like he's probably on my stream sometimes. But yeah, never spoken to him before.
Certainly. Yeah, no problem. I mean, yeah, you have your admirers. I remember back in 2014, there was a guy that hated my guts, and he made a name called Worst Friends, and he was walking around in Viridian City back in the day. But good times, good times.
Good
But
times, good times.
but at least you have the opposite effect, so that's good. So there
Yeah,
you go.
this is why I love this community. It's such an awesome community, getting a lot of help and also people helping each other. Most importantly, so yeah, great place to be.
I agree with that sentiment. But I do have to ask you though, besides the most memorable shiny, what is your most memorable moment in the game?
In the game. That would probably be hitting top 10 with a 90% win rate in OU. I don't remember which season it was, but I was using a Ditto team
Oh wow.
when Gliscor first got released. It was memorable because I typically don't play a lot of games. Like if you see me on the ladder, you see me usually with the least amount of games.
Oh
So
nice.
still getting up there, and considering I do create daily content on YouTube and um, share my teams, the details of my team. Yeah, that was pretty satisfying experience and
That's
memorable.
Yeah, I mean, although with Imposter Ditto, I heard that you can really wreck a Suicune test, but particularly the defensive one, because I heard defensive likes to run Scald and all the bulky stuff, but then Ditto transforms into the Suicune, and Suicune has rest on it. So, man, I mean, have you derailed several Suicunes throughout your Imposter Ditto days?
Suicune wasn't there yet when I when I played that because I don't play Ditto that much.
Oh,
But
wow.
it was a specific team. Suicune wasn't released yet, and I know Gliscor just got his ability at that time.
Yeah, no problem. Even Poison Heal is pretty nice. Even a PvE, by the way, you can make a good PvE Gliscor. I did that. PvE Poison Heal Gliscor because it has access to Hypnosis, and
Oh,
it hits things that Breloom can't. Most of the time, flying types, because Breloom usually gets 4 times weak and Breloom just faints. But Gliscor can be able to withstand 1 or 2 or 3 hits because of that defense stat. That defense stat is really nice on
yeah,
Gliscor. So.
yeah. It's actually something I'm using for the Elite Four rerun team as well, like a Gliscor, because he has access to Sword Stance, and you can give it an X speed, and it's able to set up on a lot as well.
Wow. My golly. So I do have to ask you though, how did you find PokeMMO?
Yeah, that was playing through another game, and then people talking about this game.
Right.
So obviously, I do always like to explore my options. So exploring for new things, and yeah, that's how I came across this game.
And I'm glad you're here. There's a lot of people out here that love you. So there we go. I'd like, for example, some of my teammates, they love your content. Also, there are a fair amount of competitive guys in game that are like, oh man, I gotta watch the Adino video. Like, there's some people that just love your content, man. Keep doing PokeMMO stuff. You're an excellent person here on PokeMMO.
Yeah, thank you for the kind words, and yeah, thank you everyone for supporting me on my channel.
Certainly. So, yeah, I do want to ask you though, do you have any advice for anyone who wants to fight in the competitive scene?
For complete beginners, or like who want to try out PvP, or what kind of advice
I would say for
you like?
both.
Yeah, like for someone who's starting out, it's definitely don't build your own team, because it is a huge investment if you're gonna build a team. So it's better to buy or copy a proven team. So they usually have good foundations, and if you actually understand why the team works, that's gonna improve you as a player. And yeah, if you want to improve, then yeah, like I did, watching other players play, and yeah, understanding certain thought processes, and then going for consistent plays.
Certainly.
So yeah, that's would be my advice.
Yeah, yeah, it's been quite a while. I've been trying to get you on, and time zones, man,
I
by
know, man.
golly.
I know.
Oh
And I
man.
rarely read my PMs in game. It's often useless messaging me on PokeMMO as well. Like I'm better off reaching out on Discord or the mailing system probably.
I think Pat actually got us together, if I remember correctly. I was like, I
Yeah, yeah,
I mentioned to Pat, I was
yeah.
like,
Some message.
yeah, I was like, hey Pat, your friend AFCAdinho, I really like him. He seems like a really excellent guy. I hear about him from my team chat. Can you please get us together? And he did. And I'm so glad that Pat brought us together. So there we go. So shout out to Petrosky for making the relationship between me and the Adino happen. So there we go. Anyways, this is Royal Juice Channel. Thank you so much, AFK Adino, for helping us out here in the PokeMMO interview series. And thank you so much for being an entertaining person on YouTube.
Yes, and by the way, guys, in the comments down below, count the times Roy pronounced my name wrongly.
Uh-oh.
Do it,
Uh-oh.
guys.
Oh no. Oh no. Well, hey, at least we can get a bunch of Adino Pokedex entries in the comment section. So that's great. So we can do that.
Yes. Hey, thank you for having me, brother.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. This is Royal Juice Channel. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to the channel at the content that you see here. And this is Royal Juice Channel signing off. Fast, accurate, unbiased Roy Rogers news.